Hello, my dear children. Today we are going to start this poem, a photograph. This is the first poem in the book Hornbill prescribed for you. There is another book, Supplementary Reader, and this is the textbook, main textbook. And I am going to start this poem. We are going to read together this beautiful poem, a photograph by the English poetess cl.11. cl.11 is a passionate writer. She has a passion for writing. She started writing and continued. God blessed her with a long life, you can say, and she devoted herself to writing. Here, the importance of a commonplace thing, a photograph. It is very common. Nowadays we have videography and we have advanced photography, but in those days, photograph was a source of keeping alive past memories. And the process of pasting photograph on the cardboard, on the mounted on the cardboard. So the poetess describes the cardboard shows me. Here, cardboard is another name for the preserved photograph, because the photograph was preserved on the cardboard. So in that cardboard, the cardboard shows me to the poetess her own feelings, how it was, how the situation was then. When the two girl cousins went paddling. Cousins, relative sisters, not own sisters, whether from your uncles, from your maternal uncles, or from just other brothers and sisters from other family members of your father and mother. They are called cousins. So two girl cousins went paddling. Paddling means moving by foot. Paddling, each one holding one of my mother's hands. So you can see you can visualize, imagery is here. You can imagine the picture when the mother is standing and the girl cousins are holding each of the hands. And see the big girl. The poetess talks about her mother. She is the big girl, some 12 years or so, when her mother was 12 years. Or so means near about. All three stood still to smile through their hair. Smile through their hair means the face was covered and broken smile was coming, just half hidden from the hair. Hair was falling on their faces. And uncle with a camera, a sweet face, my mother's, that was before I was born. So this is life. This poem is a reflection of life, a sweet face, my mother's, before I was born. She was not married and she was sweet looking. So faces become distorted by age. This is aging. The poetess saw her mother aged, but in the photograph she looked very cute because her face was pretty. And the sea, which appears to have changed less, juxtaposition, putting side by side the mother's face, which was some years ago so pretty, so cute, and the poet found wither, or you can say time-worn, her face, but the sea, that has changed less. Changed less means in comparison with nature, there is no change, but man's life is transient. And this idea of transient has been beautifully presented in the form of washing. The sea washed their terribly transient feet. The sea, which is permanent, is washing, trying to wash the transient feet. It is again an image that it is trying to remove the existence of the feet, because the feet are very temporary. Transient means temporary, not lasting long. Was the terribly means very short-lived. Fit means here life, it stands for human life is terribly transient fit. So this is paragraph 1. In second paragraph, you see the first stage of life, that is childhood of the mother, has been described. This is a very thoughtful poem. Idea has been loaded in this poem. In the second stanza, you will see that youthful is some 20-30 years later, means when the photograph is describing the mother, the photograph tells the mother's age, you can guess, was 12. And after 20 or 30 years, at the age, maturity age, the mother again is seen to laugh at the snapshot. So here in the second stanza, the poetess doesn't remember her mother through the photograph, but she recollects memory about her mother, that her mother had seen the photograph, and the poetess remembers that occasion, the mother looking at this old photograph. So after 20-30 years later, when the mother herself looked at the photograph, she laughed. And she introduced these two cousins to the poetess. See, Betty and Dolly, she'd say. And look how they dressed us for the beach. They are very small dresses. And so the beach dress for the sea, that is called the swimming suit. It is, she feels ashamed, the body part showing like that, the beach dress. The sea holiday was her past. Mother was happy to remember her past days, the holiday spent at the seashore. Mine is her laughter. Those things are past. For at that time, the holiday was mother's past, and today, when I remember her laughter, mother's laughter is past. It means mother is no more. In the second stanza, the poet hints about the death, that the mother who was alive and used to enjoy with her daughter, showed her the photograph, is no more now. Both ride with the labored ease of loss. So in this expression, labored ease of loss, there is another, you can say, figure of speech, poetic device, or you can say rhetoric device, that is called oxymoron, when two opposite things are presented. So one is labored, one is ease. So how can it be easy and laborious both? So labored is to become normal, one had to work hard to control oneself to become normal. It was not easy to feel normal when the overpowering, oversurging memories haunt you. This is the both right means tortured or worried, or better to say tired, both right with the labored ease of loss. We both felt difficult to forget the moment. Mother also felt difficulty in forgetting the holiday memories, and I also feel the same difficulty in forgetting my mother's laughter when she had showed me the photograph, snapshot. The photograph has given the name snapshot here in the second line of the second stanza. In the first stanza, cardboard. So these refer to the photograph. So the entire poem starts and ends with a photograph, and it tells us a philosophy of life, that life is transient, and coping up with mortality, death, mortality, human life is short-lived, nothing is permanent. Transience of life, love and laughter has been the theme of this poem. Now she has been dead nearly as many years as that girl lived. That girl means in the photograph, referring to the first stanza, 12 years. So mother is dead now, and she has died now. Her death happened some 12 years ago, as referred in the first stanza, and of this circumstance, there is nothing to say at all. And about this situation, about what situation? About the situation of death, separation, nothing to say at all. Nobody can describe this situation because it is all pervading. Death comes to all. It is all encompassing. It comes to all. Its silence silences. And before this rock reality, nobody can speak anything. It's silence. The silence of death is sufficient, and one has to bear it silently without complaining. No complaints about it. Thank you. This was the poem. I think there are alliteration, transferred epithet, oxymoron. So these are the poetic devices, and this is the poem. cl.11. Thank you.